Morning, dear students. Now, today we will start with one more method, that is the Zelda's method. In the last video, we have seen Dumas method, which is also a quantitative analysis method of nitrogen. And as I told, for nitrogen we have two methods, and the another method is Zelda's method. The compound containing nitrogen. So, when the qualitative analysis we have discussed in that the detection of the elements were done. So after the qualitative analysis, now when we know that this is the compound containing nitrogen, then the compound containing nitrogen is treated with concentrated H2SO4, where nitrogen in the compound gets converted to ammonium sulfate. So the sulfate from the sulfuric acid and nitrogen from the ammonia will nitrogen from the compound will react with H2SO4 and will convert into ammonium sulfate, right? The resulting acid mixture, then what happens? In the first flask, here this method takes place in two parts. So in first part, concentrated H2SO4 is also mixed with some amount of copper sulfate and organic compound, where the nitrogen of that compound will convert to ammonium sulfate. That means it will be heated there. Its mixing will be taken place. In chemistry, that mixing due to heat is considered as digestion of the compound. Then in the part B, that material of the first flask. See here, in this is the Zelda's flask, in which organic compound along with H2SO4 concentrated and copper sulfate is filled and it is heated. Right? So this is the heating flask. It's little different. See, this is the round bottom flask, but here it is little elongated tube, so that the compound will not easily get vaporized and all the vapors even will mix. So complete digestion of the compound will take place, and it is also sealed over here, right? This is called the digestion process. And then in part B, the material which is digested over here is collected in a round bottom flask, and here it is now reacted with the NaOH, sodium hydroxide, and here also again heating takes place. So this material along with NaOH when heated, so here because of the conversion, that is digestion, ammonium sulfate has taken place. So these ammonium sulfate and NaOH will react, and with now Na, it will convert to sodium sulfate, and ammonia, from the ammonium sulfate the replacement will take place. Ammonia will be replaced by sodium because of the strong reactivity, and sodium sulfate will be produced and ammonia will be separated along with the water proportion. So here this is called as Zelda's trap. So the ammonium vapors are trapped over here, and then from this capillary it is passed to this fractional column. Here the water inlet, that means the water pipe is continuously giving the water inside. Due to that, the vapor which is coming, it will get cool and it will be converted to the liquefied form. And here the water which is entering from here, because of this vapor, whatever the amount of water has become little even warm, will continuously move out, and here it will continuously get in. So condensation will take place, and here in this conical flask, collecting flask, some acid which is non-sulfuric acid in the non-amount. That means from first only it is measured that okay, 10 ml sulfuric acid is there or 15 ml sulfuric acid is there, and in that then ammonia is added. So the calculation is a little more stepical, that means 2-3 steps we have to undergo, because it is not directly collected ammonia over here, and we don't want directly ammonia. We are analyzing nitrogen. So from that ammonia, nitrogen has to be estimated. So that we will see over here. Now let us see here, whatever is explained in the diagram, the same is written over here. The resulting acid mixture. So from the first part, whatever the acid mixture is resulted, is then heated with excess of sodium hydroxide, where ammonia gas is liberated, which is trapped in the Zeldas trap. The liberated ammonia gets absorbed in an excess of standard solution of H2SO4, and the amount of ammonia produced is determined by estimating the H2SO4 consumed in the reaction. As I told that we want amount of nitrogen, but here we will get ammonia. Ammonia is also available in the gaseous form. So whatever ammonia is consumed in H2SO4, that we are supposed to estimate first. So estimation of unreacted H2SO4, which is left after the absorption of ammonia by titrating it with standard alkali solution, is then done. So whatever the H2SO4 is left unreacted after the absorption of ammonia. So here when ammonia is absorbed by the H2SO4, now whatever the H2SO4 is left away, that H2SO4 is used in titrating with alkali solution, because even NaOH is also added. Then the difference between the initial amount of acid which was taken and the left outer, the reaction gives the amount of acid reacted with ammonia. So difference has to be considered. Which difference? The difference between first the initial amount, as I told, which is taken in the conical flask, is the initial, which is known for us. That, and left after, the reaction gives the amount of acid which has reacted with ammonia. So first of all, in Zeldas apparatus, organic compound is taken in which H2SO4 concentrated, and even it is mixed with CuSO4. And then because of the reaction of organic compound containing nitrogen, this nitrogen will react with sulfuric acid, H and SO4, it will convert to ammonia. Ammonium sulfate. This ammonium sulfate in excess of solution of NaOH is reacted in part B, where it gives replacement of most reactive metal. Na will replace this ammonia and it will give Na2SO4. Ammonia along with water is separated. Right? So this is how the Zeldas reaction takes place in Zeldas apparatus, part A and part B. Now see here what we are supposed to go for the calculation. Organic compound which is taken, its mass is suppose m gram. Then volume of H2SO4 with non-molarity, that means it is 0.5 molar, 1 molar or 2 molar. So non-molarity of the H2SO4, its volume will be V ml. Non-molarity m of NaOH used for titration of extra H2SO4, which is left after. That H2SO4 when titrated with NaOH, then that NaOH, its molarity, that is V1 mole, V1 milliliter. V1 milliliter of NaOH is equal to V half milliliter of H2SO4. And volume of H2SO4 of molarity m, which is unused, which is left unused, not reacting with ammonia, not for the titration, that will be the original VML, which is known to us, taken in conical flask, minus which is used up from the titration. So V half, and that will be the unused volume of H2SO4. V minus V1 by 2, that is unused H2SO4, is equal to twice V minus V1 by 2 of the ammonia of molarity M. So how it is calculated? When 1 liter, or we can say 1000 ml of 1 molar ammonia solution, ammonia 14 plus 3 hydrogen 17. So 1000 ml of 1 molar ammonia solution contains 17 gram or 14 gram, 17 gram ammonia or 14 gram nitrogen. So 2 times V minus V1 by 2 ml of ammonia solution of molarity M contains how much nitrogen? Right? So that mass of nitrogen is equal to 14 into molarity of the given ammonia solution into 2 times V minus V1 by 2. Now why we are taking 2 times? Because here H2SO4 is used twice. Once it is used for absorption of the ammonia and again it is used against of NaOH for the titration. So in both the value, that means in both the process, whatever the ammonia is being titrated with H2SO4 and absorbed in H2SO4, in both ammonia nitrogen is definitely present. We want to calculate total amount of the nitrogen, so both has to be considered. So here 14 is the atomic mass of the nitrogen into molarity, right, of the given solution NH3 into 2 times V, the original known H2SO4 volume, minus half, that is used for the titration, right, divide by 1000 because it is in the milliliter form, which will give the presence of nitrogen in the gram. And now percentage of the nitrogen, so what we will do? Multiply it by 100 and in how much gram? So it is the mass of the organic compound. So in percentage, same thing, 14 into M, 2 into V minus V by 2 upon 1000 multiplied by 100 upon M, 100 because we are calculating percentage and small m because of the respective mass of the given organic compound. So what is now one thing to keep in mind for Zelda's method? Zelda's method is not applicable to compound which contains nitrogen in nitro form, that is nitroso form. If it is in the ammonia form, we are calculating with Zelda's method. But if it is nitrosyl or any other nitrophenol or nitrotoluene, but if it is in the form of nitro group or if it is in the form of azo group, that means nitrogen along with sulfur, that is azo group, then such type of compounds will not give the quantity of the nitrogen properly. Even the nitrogen present in ring form, right? Pyridine. Pyridine is a nitrogen which is in the benzene ring along with the Na3 and NO2 group together gives nitrogen, but it will not give the value of nitrogen because in this compounds what happens? Ammonium sulfate is not changed because of the conditions, normal conditions at which the reaction takes place. Right? So at normal conditions, the nitrogen of this compound, which compound? Nitro compound, azo compound or ring compound, that nitrogen does not changing to ammonium sulfate. Right? So let us here see one example for calculation. During estimation of nitrogen present in an organic compound by Zelda's method, the ammonia evolved from 0.5 gram of the compound. In Zelda's estimation of nitrogen, neutralize 10 ml of 1 molar H2SO4. Find out the percentage of nitrogen in the compound. So what is the molarity given over here? The molarity here is 1 molar H2SO4. So 1 molar of 10 ml, even the milliliter is given 10 ml. 1 molar of 10 ml H2SO4 is equal to 1 molar of 20 ml NH3 because twice we will consider over here, right? So what is given over here? Once again, 1 molar of 10 ml H2SO4 is equal to 1 molar of 20 ml NH3. Therefore, 1000 ml of 1 molar NH3 contains 14 gram nitrogen. This is the universal, that 1000 ml or 1 liter of 1 molar ammonia contains 14 gram nitrogen. So here in 20 ml, whatever the milliliter of sulfuric acid is given, you will have to consider the double of it, that is 20 ml. Now 20 ml ammonia, 1 molar contains how much nitrogen? So that is 14 gram into 20 upon 1000. This will be the amount of the nitrogen. Multiply it by 100 and the mass given. So mass given is 0.5 gram. So here it is 14 into 20 into upon 1000 into 100 by 0.5. It is 28 upon 0.5. That is 28 into 10 upon 5, 56%. So this is the very easy thing that we will have to consider. 2 times V minus V1 by 2. Right? That means whatever the milliliter of given of sulfuric acid, double it, that will be our 2 times V minus V1 by 2. Clear? So this is how we are able to get the amount of nitrogen as well as amount of nitrogen in the percentage form. And these are the two methods. One, Dumas method, which is also helpful to calculate the amount of nitrogen, and this is the Zelda's method, which is also helpful to calculate the amount of nitrogen. Thank you.